Behind the closed garage doors of the Circuito de Jerez, something happened during those 3 days, Monday through Wednesday, that sent an unmistakable shockwave through the MotoGP paddock. The source of that tremor? None other than Marc Márquez, whose quiet revelations after the test have left rivals rethinking everything they thought they knew about the balance of power in 2026. Let's rewind slightly. The Ducati Lenovo team entered the season not as the usual predator but as a wounded giant. A team accustomed to standing on the top step of the podium found itself wandering through an unexpected drought, race after race without that familiar champagne spray. The pressure inside the garage had become suffocating. Whispers of doubt, once unthinkable around the Desmos Desai project, began circulating. But Ducati, true to its DNA, did not panic. Instead, they worked. And the Jerez test was their statement of intent. From the very first morning in southern Spain, the objective was clear: identify the cracks in the GP26's armor and seal them with precision engineering. The list of changes was not superficial. One of the most telling modifications came in the form of a reworked swing arm, a component so critical to rear traction and corner exit stability that even a minor miscalculation can ruin a race weekend. Ducati's engineers understood that their riders needed more confidence when hammering the throttle out of slow and medium-speed corners, and this swingarm evolution was a direct answer to that need. But the truly daring shift involved aerodynamics. The Ducati we've known in recent years has been synonymous with aggressive, large-scale aero devices, winglets, spoilers, and fins that seemed ripped from a fighter jet. At Jerez, however, they appeared with something unexpected: smaller, simpler aero packages. This was not a step backward, it was a philosophical pivot. By reducing the complexity and size of the aerodynamic surfaces, Ducati is prioritizing front-end feel and corner entry precision over raw downforce. For a team that has sometimes struggled with vague front-end feedback, this change speaks volumes. They are willing to trade a few kilograms of aerodynamic load for a rider's trust in the front tire, an area where Marc Márquez in particular has often demanded perfection. Of course, no discussion of Ducati's current situation is complete without acknowledging the elephant in the regulation room: the concession system. Unlike Aprilia Racing, which still enjoys greater development freedom due to their status under MotoGP sliding scale rules, Ducati is handcuffed by their own past success. They cannot roll out sweeping changes on a whim. Every modification must be strategic, data-driven, and nearly surgical in its precision. Where Aprilia can experiment more openly, Ducati must squeeze every thousandth of a second from smaller refinements: electronics tuning, brake feel adjustments, tire usage strategies, and micro changes in chassis balance. And yet, it is precisely this restriction that reveals Ducati's true strength: their ability to remain ruthlessly competitive even when their hands are partially tied. They don't throw parts at a problem, they solve it with relentless calculation. Then came Marquez's words, quiet, measured, but loaded with meaning. After weeks of struggling to adapt to a bike that seemed to fight his natural, aggressive, shoulder-dropping style, the 8-time world champion admitted something that made the paddock listen closely. He spoke of improved cornering feel. Specifically, he noted greater comfort in left-hand corners where he had previously lost time and confidence. "The bike's feeling is much better than before," he said, and while those words may seem simple on paper, in the context of a rider like Márquez, they are a warning flare to every competitor. When Marc starts feeling at home on a machine, history suggests that podiums and victories are rarely far behind. He went further, stating that the team is moving in the right direction, even if fine-tuning remains. For a perfectionist like Márquez, that admission carries weight. It means the fundamental foundation of the GP26 has improved enough for him to start pushing again, really pushing the way only he can. And when a rider with his instincts, his braking aggression, and his ability to find grip where others find only sliding begins to feel comfortable, the entire grid should take notice. This is not just a psychological boost for Ducati, it is a performance multiplier. But let's not get carried away. Testing is not racing. The clean asphalt of Jerez, free from the chaos of a full grid, the heat of a last-lap battle, and the relentless pressure of a Sunday afternoon, cannot fully replicate race conditions. Ducati's real exam will come when the lights go out, and Márquez is fighting for position with rivals who have also been developing in the shadows. Will the new swingarm shine under stress? Will the simplified aero hold up when chasing a rival through a high-speed chicane? Those answers remain unwritten. Adding another layer of intrigue to this already boiling narrative is the looming figure of Toprak Razgatlioglu. The sensational World SBK champion is on a path toward MotoGP, and his journey has captured the imagination of fans worldwide. Known for his outrageous braking skills, his rear-wheel steering slides, and a fearless aggression that sometimes defies physics, Toprak is no ordinary rookie in waiting. But even he understands that MotoGP is a different beast entirely: more power, more electronics, more complexity, and a level of mental pressure that has broken far more talented riders than the world cares to remember. That is why Toprak's decision to seek guidance from Andrea Dovizioso is so fascinating. Dovizioso is not just any former rider. He is a master of racecraft, a strategist who built his career on consistency, intelligent tire management, and the ability to extract maximum results from machinery that wasn't always the fastest on the straight. For Toprak, learning from Dovizioso means more than just setup advice. It means understanding how to survive a full season, how to handle media scrutiny, how to lose gracefully and then come back stronger. It means transforming raw talent into championship maturity. If this mentorship clicks, if Toprak's explosive style merges with Dovizioso's calm calculation, MotoGP could witness one of the most compelling rookie campaigns in years. So where does all of this leave us? Ducati has responded to its crisis not with excuses but with engineering courage. Marquez has rediscovered a glimmer of the feeling that once made him unbeatable. And behind the scenes, a new generation of talent like Toprak is preparing to shake the establishment while leaning on wisdom from the past. The 2026 season, which seemed to be slipping into a predictable narrative of Ducati's decline, now feels wide open again. But let's be honest with ourselves. Is this the beginning of a new era of Ducati dominance or just a temporary flicker of hope that could vanish as soon as the red lights go out on race day? The paddock is divided. Some believe that Marquez's renewed confidence combined with Ducati's focused development will produce immediate results in the next rounds. Others argue that teams like Aprilia and KTM have moved the goalposts permanently, and that a few positive test laps don't erase fundamental weaknesses. What cannot be denied, however, is the unmistakable shift in atmosphere. The Ducati garage no longer feels like a place of doubt. The engineers are moving with purpose again, the riders are speaking with quiet conviction, and Marc Márquez, the man who has made a career out of proving people wrong, is smiling. That alone should make every rival nervous. Now it's your turn. Do you believe Ducati has truly turned the corner, or will the pressures of real racing expose these Jerez gains as fragile? And what about Toprak? Can Dovizioso's mentorship turn him into an immediate contender, or will the MotoGP learning curve humble him first? Drop your thoughts below. The 2026 season is far from over, and if the Jerez test taught us anything, it's that this championship still has plenty of surprises left.